Here is Brian Stelter. Now CNN is out there saying, oh, gee, we learned a lot about his infirmity. Here's CNN back in June 19th, 2024. This is before the debate on these so-called cheap fake videos that the rest of the media was dishonestly using to portray Joe Biden as infirm.
We've been worried for years about AI deepfakes, that computer-generated images are going to trick people into believing something that's totally false. Cheap fakes are a little bit simpler. They're cheap. They're just distorted, out-of-context videos, chopped up in certain ways. That's what the Biden administration, the Biden campaign is so worried about right now. But make no mistake, they are worried about this. This is a real problem. This is not some made-up fiction. The videos are oftentimes made up, but the problem is real.
Here's more, okay? Because CNN today out there like, gee, oh, wow, they're interviewing Jake like this is all new to them. August of 21, Chris Cillizza. To raise doubts in voters' minds about Biden and his age in particular, this is the sort of gross, lowest common denominator politics that drive people away from public life. Chris Cillizza got it so wrong, he's one of the only ones to actually come out to say, okay, sorry, I got it wrong. Now I would like to be one of the ones who apologize.
This is a guy who is the president of the United States for 4 years and thought and ran for a second term, at which point he would have been in his mid-80s had he won and served. So that to me is a really serious conversation about how did we get to this point, given that there were a lot of signs that suggested that Joe Biden definitely should not have run for a second term. How did we get to this point? It's a media story.
We got here because of you.
Politics story. It's a sort of transparency story.
Because of you, Chris Cillizza. And CNN, here's a couple more. July 12th, 2022, CNN's John Harwood taking issue with the allegations that he was not cogent and capable. What's true is the presidency is a hugely taxing job mentally and physically, and that Joe Biden is old. What's not true is the trope pushed in conservative media that Biden is not currently mentally capable of doing the job. The president is engaged and acute. June 25th, 2024, Oliver Darcy on CNN lamenting how for years MAGA media has been portraying Joe Biden as a senile, mentally incapacitated elderly man who cannot remember what he had for breakfast, let alone run the federal government. That might sound like an exaggeration to those who don't tune into Fox News or listen to talk radio, but it's been a real and constant theme in the right-wing media universe. To support the narrative, these outlets and personalities have seized on Biden's verbal gaffes while ignoring Trump's and presented out-of-context video clips to their large audiences, a deceptive but effective strategy. That was CNN, who now is using the Jake Tapper book to act like the guy in Casablanca. Shocked, there's gambling going on in here.